Opening the top drawer of the large chest near the bed, Carolyn searched for a moment, then returned to display a darling pair of white satin panties. They were trimmed in frilly lace at both the waist and leg openings, and even more elaborately across the seat with several rows of lace running from one side to the other. "My goodness! Those are precious, just perfect for my new niece's first day out and about," gushed Mary. "There now, that's better, isn't it, hun?" she asked the boy. "Don't be so shy, Chrissy, we'll have you all pretty again soon," laughed his host. "I think our little girl should be properly powdered before donning her pretty dress," Mary directed the maid. "Certainly, she answered, taking a feathery puff from a wide-mouthed jar on the vanity. His eyes closed tightly. She dusted him generously with the sweet-smelling body powder, coating his shoulders and moving down over his hairless chest and finally down over each thigh. Returning from the dresser, Carolyn held out a wispy white training bra. Unsure of what was happening, the boy took a step back, but Mary promptly instructed him to raise his arms and quit tarrying. His arms outstretched before him, Carolyn slipped the lacy confection up over his elbows, and reaching behind, clasped the hooks which secured the silky garment. Though hardly needing any support for his non-existent breasts, he did feel somewhat more modest. Any relief was short-lived, however, as turning to Mary, he spotted what he knew to be a garter belt in her hand. In his mind at least, wearing panties and a dress was one thing, but being attired in something so totally feminine was somehow moving to an entirely different plane. Entirely at their mercy, however, he resigned himself to whatever they had in mind. Circling his waist with the satin and lace belt, Mary motioned him to the vanity stool. Seated, he watched in apparent awe as Carolyn now approached, a pair of sheer white stockings flowing from her hand. Removing first one slipper then the other, the maid carefully gathered the sleek-looking nylon and then slipped the stocking over his foot. "Raise your leg, sweetheart, a girl should always take care to keep her nylon straight." As she glided the wondrously silky stocking up Chris' leg, his breathing became more of a gasp. It didn't help as she reached beneath his little panties and guided the frilly garter tabs under and through before attaching each tautly to the lacy tops of the nylons. Just as Carolyn fastened the last of the garters, Mary returned from the large walk-in closet with a pair of white patent leather low-heeled pumps. The front of each was decorated with a pink satin bow. Still kneeling, Carolyn took the shoes and slipped them on the boy's feet. "Oh, those are darling, Christine," she said as standing, she looked down at the pretty little shoes. "It's fortunate Christine and Susan are almost exactly the same size. Our little girl will certainly have quite a wardrobe from which to choose," beamed Mary. Checking the length of the dress hanging from the closet door, Carolyn rummaged through the back of the closet and shortly reappeared, a shiny pettislip in her hand. Though somewhat short like the dress itself, the skirt was very full. Constructed of multiple layered taffeta and edged in delicate lace top and bottom, it rustled deliciously as she lowered it over the boy's upstretched arms.